Shalom, call I'm like Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Akwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to Yakim in the faith, doing the work in truth and sincerity, fighting, man. And yesterday I was doing a lesson pretty much on occupation, and I'd like to continue on. You know, I got the inspiration to do a lesson from the Lord, of course. Secondly, I was at the job and I was telling myself, hey, the boss not here right now, but when his ass do show up, because, you know, it's very lackadaisical at my job, and it's very, what's the word? It's very not relaxed. You gotta work, but it's flexible. You know, you can take your break whenever you got to. You know, it ain't like the slave plantation. But you know, in my head, I was like, man, even though that's the case, let me let this cracker find me working rather than not working. And then instantly it hit me that damn, that's the spirit we gotta be in. And for the boss man, Yahweh Shai, the boss of all bosses, the king of all kings. You know. So continuing on where I left yesterday, the Salaki for the noise in the background. That should clear up soon. The book of Matthew, chapter 30. Bear with me. 44, verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made rule over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is the servant whom is the Salakia. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find him so doing. That's right, man. If the Lord come back and he find you occupying, he find your house in order, you in the correct spirit, you've been feeding the sheep, the Lord is not unrighteous if you get your work. The Lord is going to save you, man, Lord willing. The Lord is going to, he's going to pay you back with gifts and rewards, man. The Lord is going to put you on his team even closer. Although we're on his team, you know, even closer. Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. Yahweh Shai is not like these men out here, man. He's not like your boss that's going to give you just a little raise. Yahweh Shai going to make you a joint heir. Like, for example, you're a fan of a team, right? You feel like you're a part of that team. But when you become a donor, when you become like an ambassador, which we are for Yahweh Shai, there's another word for it too, a booster. You become even closer to the team. You get closer benefits. You get VIP section. You get autographs. You get signatures. You get meet and greets. You get halftime love. You feel me? And that's what we're going to have on the heavenly state, man. We're going to have even much greater things. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants to eat and drink with drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in the hour he is not aware of, and shall cut him off asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So all the unbelievers, the unfaithfuls, the scoffers, you know, those who fall out, they're gonna be in the same damn boat of judgment and pretty much forsakenness. They ain't gonna have what the elect have. They're gonna have to come back again through the elect to receive, you know, the benefits of being an Israelite. I want to move on to the book of Salakia for the long-winded precepts. This is kind of what I intended it to be. I would like to go to the book of Luke through the Spirit, Lord willing. Bear with me. Luke chapter 12, starting at verse 33 until we get the point. And it reads, sell that ye have and give alms, Salakia. Sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourself bags which wax not cold. What's Salakia? Salakia. Let me read that again. Sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that falleth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. In other words, don't set your affections on the little things that are here, man. Do not be don't you know how these niggas be like, I die about my shit, this, down the third. These people, they grind for incorruptible crown, man. These people die and live for their homes. That's not even gonna be here in the next 10 years, man. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So in other words, what you cherish, that where your mind gonna be. So if you cherish his knowledge, the kingdom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that's where your mind gonna meditate and be. Let your loins be girded about and let your lights be burning. In other words, stay on point, tighten up. Let your candle be lit through the Spirit. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is in red letter. When he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, that ye may open up to him immediately. You can only open up to somebody immediately if you're literally waiting. If I call you, I'm gonna tell you, fam, I'm in a rush. I got dudes behind me. I'm finna open the door. The GPS, I'm gonna be there at 7:53. So, you know, it's like I barely got a knock. You just gotta smell me breathe. You're like, oh yeah, he there. Bam, you open the door and then in there. Salaki for the extreme analogy, but that's the urgency that we gotta be in. We gotta be ready, and that's an example of being ready. I just said because I just seen a delivery driver leave his door open to walk to the door to go deliver. Oh wow. I just seen this delivery driver walk to deliver some food when he don't know he in the hood. This car could have got stolen, and on his way back, he started sprinting. I thought his car got took. Man, but you know, he ain't ready, man. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth to serve them. So the Lord gonna get us right, man. It's gonna be a ceremony. We're gonna be treated for our reward and our patience, you know. And if he shall come in the second watch, this is the point right here. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. Because in the ancient time, you don't just have. Of course, the Lord could be dealing with you. You could be, you know, more on point as to what's going on. But that was the reason they had men on the hilltops. That's the reason they had men on the housetops, so you can know when people are coming, you know, when the enemy's coming. So that morning, that afternoon, the nighttime, you know, you always had a watchman up top, you know, and men switched roles and they took breaks, you know. While the morning watcher watch, you know, the others could get some rest and they could do what they got to do, get their family correct, you know, vice versa. And that's what we doing now. The Lord said he has set watchmen on the towers that don't hold their peace night nor day, man. You know, you might be sleeping, but a brother did a lesson on something that could update you. And guess what? When your brother go to sleep or do what he got to do, you doing a lesson to update him on something. We all got a portion. So I'm going to go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. You guys got the point with that one. So in other words, we got to stay ready so we don't got to get ready, as they say in the world. So if they say that in the world, how much more so in this truth, man? Because we about to see a time like never before. The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 5. Salakia, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting at verse 1. But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. That's right, because we're always aware of what's going on via the precepts, via the scriptures, via the Holy Spirit, via dreams, prophets, and apostles. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall cometh as a thief in the night. We know the Lord is, you know, here. Well, we know these prophecies are here, man. We know the Lord, and things can pop off at any moment, man. You know, we're not in those times where your grandma said the Lord's coming back and you had no faith and it was far-fetched, and, you know, nowadays you bring out these scriptures, you tell somebody something, they don't need much convincing unless they're a complete demon. Most people could see these things, man. Even people in the world know about the MOTV, for example, you know. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. That's right, man, because if you never had a child before and your water breaks, you're usually not prepared for it. You know, one that has had children before, they have a bag ready to go to the hospital. They know at any moment shit could pop off, you know, with the baby coming out. And that's what the Lord is liking unto people that are unprepared, man. You're going to be messed up. You're going to be not in a so good case as versus the one that was prepared. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, in other words, confusion, and then not know that the day should overtake you as a thief. So in other words, we shall be prepared, abiding in the work and in the ministry. You are all the children of light. In other words, understanding the knowledge. This speaking of the elect, the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others. So in other words, let's be sober. Let's be circumspect. Let's watch our surroundings spiritually and physically. But let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are the day be sober, putting on the breast of the plate of faith and love, and the helmet of the hope of salvation. We hope to be saved. And that's not, you can't be simple and think, oh, the Lord said, see, you can't be asleep. You got to be an all-nighter. Nah. Don't be like a slumbering dog as 2/3 of our people and the rest of the world. We're going to end up with the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. And it reads, I will stand upon my watch, and I will sit upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me. But I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the visions and make it plain upon tables. And these are these visions now. And this is what the brothers are talking about when they say we know more than the prophets. Because of things like this, man. Write it plain upon tables. And then guess what? The Lord just got to give you the Holy Spirit and deal with you. And it therefore becomes simple, man. And it therefore becomes more vivid than the prophets back in the old, man. When John is describing warplanes and saying, he sees the face of dogs and things like that. We clearly know that these are fighter jets. When the prophets say fanners or arrows, things like that, we know that these are ICBMs. We know the weight. We know the travel distance. We know the effect. We know the different types. We know the countries that have them, how many they have. 200 million missiles shall be raining on Babylon, man. That he may run that readeth it. Because when you get this, your spirit get going, man. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, like it speaks about in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 5, or the whole chapter, really. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. So sometimes it feels slow, but other times when these things feel faster, man. You got days where multiple news get dropped. Like the other day when Judah, or SK, we could say, or Jake, put that beat down on Edom. That's a precursor, man. That shows you that it is for an appointed time and that it's coming, though it tarry. This next couple of days you might go without news, and then you might get crazy news, man. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. In other words, when these things get to popping for real, ain't no more going back. People are gonna be wishing that this shit tarried. Not the prophets, though. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not right in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Come on, but that was the point there. Lord was just edifying and straight to the point, man. The point being is, when the boss man show up, we gotta be ready, man. Seriously, man, because if we ready to be there for when the boss man show up with our check, and we know he could fire us, and we could be broke, we can struggle with our bills those next couple of days. Shit, how much more so, dealing in hell, man, dealing under ICBM nuclear missile, man. We don't want our soul tormented, because ain't nothing coming but death for the world that we're in right now. Lord wants us to edifying straight to the point. Shalom.